into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday, Zoe.
Tuesday the 19th of September. I mean, where is time flying?
Where's the year moving to? But
Well,
we're not complaining.
Things
We're
are
getting closer to
definitely
summer.
flying indeed. We're going to bring you a tech update. How cool is this? A battery-powered bakkie geared for Africa. It could be making its way here pretty soon, and that's thanks to the Chinese. I think it's absolutely incredible.
Very cool. And then Ewan's going to sit down with Gareth Woods, and the two of them will review the game Destiny 2. Pretty awesome.
Ooh. And then we have none other than Joanne Strauss joining us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I think the two of us will be swooning the whole time.
Just a fangirl moment, a young fangirl moment. And then also I've got to talk to you about our musical guest this morning. Macy Tola is in the house. We've heard the sound checks. That voice is absolutely incredible. It's going to bless your Tuesday socks right off your feet.
You do not want to miss a moment of your Feel Good Breakfast Show, but let's get your morning started by taking a look at your temperatures with Bodrum.
Thank you very much, ladies. Looking beautiful on your Tuesday morning. Let's have a feel-good Tuesday at that together. Let's take a look at your weather and your temperatures right off the bat. And while the lows in most parts of the country are still in the teens, we are seeing a couple of cities climbing to the 30s today. And you can also expect a couple of showers in a few patches along the coast. Jou temperature vir jou Dinsdagoggend. Polokwane begin op 13, dit styg na 28 maksimum. Mbombela 16, 29. Pretoria skop af op 14, dit styg na 27. Johannesburg 13, 26. Mahikeng 14 en 'n maksimum 29. Klerksdorp 11 grade minimum vanoggend en 'n warm 30 later. Kimberley 10, 30. Bloemfontein 8 grade minimum en 'n maksimum 28. Richards Bay 18, 30. Pietermaritzburg 12 en 'n maksimum 30. Durban 18, 25. Mthatha begin op 12 grade minimum en 'n maksimum 25. East London starting off on 15 with a maximum 22 degrees. Cradock 8, 27. Port Elizabeth 14 and a maximum 19 degrees. George 11, 17 and a couple of showers throughout the course of your Tuesday. Sutherland 4 degrees minimum, nice and cool, but warming up to 21 later on today. Cape Town 12, 19. Worcester 8 and a maximum 21. Springbok 10, 26 and Uppington starting things off on 12 degrees minimum this morning and a maximum of a nice and hot 31 degrees later on. That's where we leave your weather for now. We'll take a look at it once again in half an hour's time just after 7 o'clock.
Baie dankie, Strydom. Well, let's take a look at your traffic starting off in Gauteng in Benoni. Now, there's been an accident that's on the N12 westbound. It's at Snake Road exit and it's causing slow-moving traffic. Then moving to the Western Cape after chaos reigned in the city yesterday. Cape Town's taxi strike has been suspended. So if you're traveling this morning, please do so safely. I'll bring you another update in half an hour's time.
Pharmacodynamics, effective, affordable healthcare.
All right, taking a look at your top tech stories right now, early on your Tuesday morning. Now, Leanne, you know there's a big drive, I mean, of course, to be environmentally friendly and conscious nowadays, but here's the thing, you know, we know also the big drive around Meat-Free Monday, so this is a very interesting story. I don't know, you must tell me what you think about this one.
Okay.
But China actually currently imports around 180 billion rands worth of meat every year to feed the population, which puts a massive burden on the environment because of the livestock farming industry contributing to 14.5% of global greenhouse gas emissions. All right, that is a huge number.
Yeah.
Now, China has signed a $300 million deal to purchase meat grown in laboratories in Israel, which is home to 3 of only 8 companies in the world capable of growing meat from animal cells, reducing the need to slaughter animals and thus cutting down on harmful emissions and pollution. Now, this kind of technology is still very, very much in the developmental stage, but it does show promise for the future of the environment, especially in the world's most populated country.
Wow, that's amazing.
Hey?
growing your meat.
How would you, like I love my meat, solid meat. I try and get my meat as well from, respectable sources, but having it grown in a laboratory.
That's crazy. But you know what? I do love the fact that they are looking on ways to tread more lightly on the earth. So that to me is great. If it's going to help alleviate our meat problems, then by all means, grow away, honey.
It's absolutely true. Just like the fact that we might be eating only insects to get our protein.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
We're not there yet. No. Let's not go there. Now, here's something very, very interesting, something that I'm quite excited about. We spoke extensively on the future of electric cars recently, and now it looks like they might be hitting the rural market soon. Now, a team of engineers from Germany's most prestigious engineering institution, the Technical University of Munich, are developing a battery-powered bakkie, all right, that's designed specifically with Africa's rough rural terrain in mind. And I think this is very, very cool. Now, it's called the A car, all right. I think they can rework the name a little bit, maybe. And while the prototype looks quite basic, it does have four-wheel drive at this stage and can travel 80 kilometers without having to charge and can reach speeds of 60 kilometers per hour. Now, it might not seem that impressive from the get-go, but the A-car is capable of carrying a load of 1 ton while navigating through the rough gravel roads of the African landscape. And on top of that, they're also hoping to bring it to the market in under 150,000 Rand, making it much more accessible.
Wow. It looks like there might even be solar power situation happening on the roof.
So basically solar power to charge the battery, yes, 80 kilometers on a charge, and a load of 1 ton. Which is a lot.
Wow.
And navigating rough gravel terrain, I'd go for that.
Very cool. The world of technology is moving at an astronomical pace. Yep. Very exciting times that we live in, indeed.
Oh, thank you, guys. Well, we're taking our first ad break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. When we get back, it is Gaming Tuesday, and Ewan gets to try out Destiny 2 with Gareth Woods. And then, of course, none other than Joanne Strauss sits down with us. We're going to be catching up with her after the break.
very good morning to you. Welcome back. Okay, all right, Zoe. Okay, we get all right. Yeah,
the song that
Tuesday
makes
morning.
you do it, yes.
We're in it. Entertainment news right now. Let's go now.
Yes. Well, SABC3 continues to discover and promote new talent, and last night's finale of The Final Cut was no exception. The exhilarating episode, which saw contestants perform an iconic scene from local soap Uzalo, saw two clear winners being crowned: Cebo Zikale and Nasipi Ntabeni, who have both bagged roles in the iconic soap Isidingo. Now, Cebo and Nasipi have been favourites since the show began, with their talent and their personalities entertaining audiences every single week. Now, their roles are currently being written into the show, so be sure to see the two new faces on Isidingo very soon.
Wow.
How cool is that,
That's
hey?
pretty cool.
I would like to have a role written for me.
Because now the viewers got to see their journey, and they're already loved.
Exactly.
They're already loved once their characters get introduced.
Yeah, just to see how they're going to come into the deep as well. It's going to be really great. Hopefully it's not going to be deep waters. But can you guys believe that it's already been a year since we lost Kwaito legend Mandoza?
Sure.
Time really does go by so quickly. That's why it's very important for us to remember those who have passed on, which is exactly what Mandoza's wife, Mpho Chabalala, has done. Now, Mandoza's widow took to Charlotte Maxeke Hospital yesterday to launch the Mandoza Foundation in commemoration of the star. Mpho says that the foundation will aim to educate and support those affected by cancer, be a source of help, but also a way of honouring Mandoza at the same time. And we think that's wonderful, not only keeping his memory alive, but lending a hand to those in need as well.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful. Well, that was our local entertainment news for you this morning. More on our international front coming a little bit later. But time now, it's Tuesday. It's Gaming Tuesday, and Gareth Woods got the lowdown on Destiny 2.
Once again, we're turning our attention to the world of gaming, and we're back in the saddle with our master gamer, Gareth Woods, this morning, talking Destiny 2. Gareth, lucky to have you in studio, my brother.
Thank you. You caught me in the middle of the action here.
Very serious fight scene going on here, man. All right, Destiny 2, man. I don't know if you're going to be able to talk me through what the game is all about, but what can we expect? Destiny 2, all right, for those hearing about it for the first time, what is it about?
Okay, so obviously, as you would have guessed, sequel to Destiny 1, which was a massive smash hit a couple of years ago. And yeah, it launched a couple of days now, Destiny 2. People were, really grinding the first game, hours and hours. I mean, some of my friends have played thousands of hours, literally down into the minute that Destiny 2 came out. So it's a hugely popular game. And now they've obviously released the sequel. In terms of what you can expect, it's obviously first-person shooter, but at the same time, it's got RPG elements in terms of like you choose a character, you build them up, you loot for gear. As you kill different enemies, you can kind of like pick up different gear as you kind of level up, and that's half the experience is, trying to get the best gear, and then you can play what they call PvE, player versus environment, like I'm doing at the moment. Yeah. But then you can take your skills into the arena, kind of PvP, player versus player.
I think the big question is what can returning Destiny 1 kind of fans expect from the sequel?
Cool. So everything that I liked about Destiny 1 in terms of like the gunplay and the worlds and the graphics and all that's returned and has kind of like been turned up to 11. But they've addressed some of what fans would have said were issues with the first one.
Okay.
So the storyline was a little bit weak, I think, in the first one. They've addressed that. The storyline's quite compelling, and you're really thrown into the action very early and given a kind of reason to fight, whereas maybe that was the risk in the first one, was kind of like, what is your player's impetus might have been a bit lacking.
Yeah.
And then also the end game content. I haven't gotten to that stage yet, but everything I've been reading online about the kind of end game content is much stronger than the first one, which gives players reasons to really lock in hundreds and hundreds of hours.
I love the fact that it's an involved game, which is really, really nice. Where are you currently, by the way?
I am, let me check out my map. I'm now searching for a friend. Let's go destinations. I'm on Nessus, which is some sort of planet near, there's Earth and there's Titan. And we're on the planet Nessus. And we are looking for one of our fellow Guardians who's gone missing.
Okay, so I mean, obviously a very futuristic game as well, franchise. That's what Destiny is all about. I think the big question here is, who is this game for? I mean, who would really enjoy playing Destiny?
So obviously, if you're a first-person shooter fan, it's probably going to scratch the itch for that. But it also addresses for some of the, I mean, the graphics are phenomenal. You looked into this like cavern. I'm almost wanting to jump down just to see what happens. But but then people who are into the kind of games like Diablo or Path of Exile, those sort of kind of dungeon crawler games, would also dig the looting system. But I mean, it touches a lot of different genres, as it were. that some games have tried to do, and I think Destiny 1 really did it well, and now Destiny 2 is kind of like turning it up to 11.
Fantastic, man. Gareth, I'm going to leave you to battle your enemies.
Thanks.
You go ahead and Destiny 2 right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And of course, as always, for all things hot in gaming, stick to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso right here on SABC3.
Well, our next guest is one of South Africa's most recognizable faces with a career spanning over 15 years in media and business. Now, after winning Miss South Africa in 2000 and various awards for her presenting and innate sense of style, she's also graced the covers of all of South Africa's top magazines and has a discerning social media following of nearly 300,000. Yes, that's the only way to respond to that. And now she's added motherhood to her resume, and we are so excited to welcome the incredible and the beautiful Joanne Strauss to our studio this morning. Can we make some noise? Come on.
I mean, that was, what an introduction.
Oh, my word. Zoe and I were like, we just need to be normal. Just be normal. Don't have too much of a fangirl moment.
No, come on. Every time I come in here, the energy is just so infectious. It's so lovely to be here, and thank you for having me.
Well, you know that you're loved here on Expresso.
You know what? This is so much more fun than going through the morning drill with the kids now. So I love my kids, but I'm very happy to be here.
I hear you. Well, let's talk about why you are here this morning. Now, you are a powerhouse. You're a mom. You're a businesswoman. You're basically everything in the industry. How do you get to balance everything? Motherhood, your career, and make it look so effortless? Because you really do.
You know, firstly, I come in here in the morning, your incredible makeup artists put me together. It does help. It does help because I did not look like this about an hour ago when I was trying to get ready without waking up the whole house. But, you know, it's a constant work in progress, and I absolutely love what I do. I also never take for granted the fact that I am a mom. It is one of the most incredible blessings you could ever have, and it's not something that just happens, you know. So I'm very, very blessed. And yeah, I've got an amazing husband. And I think it was Sheryl Sandberg who wrote in her book that the biggest career decision as a woman that you'll make is who you marry.
Hear, hear.
I married the right man.
You married the right man, indeed.
Yeah, having a supportive husband and a present father, that's just bliss.
Absolutely. Well, I think a lot of us look at your Instagram and we're like, you really do live a magical life, a life of adventure and traveling, but you also travel with your family and your children a lot. How do you do that and just like cope with everything?
You know, I think for me the big thing is that, yes, we had children, but we didn't want the children to become our lives. They are a huge, amazing part of our lives. But it didn't mean having children now all of a sudden meant that we had to stop doing what we do. So we go traveling with our kids regularly. I mean, my daughter, I took her to Fashion Week when she was 4 months old. You know, she sat front row. I breastfed in the front row. I am quite a big advocate when it comes to that, but to breastfeeding. But I mean, yeah, we try to live a full life, and we want them to also know that life is not just, you know, all in a contained area. There's some times that we're having crazy experiences with the kids and we're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have kids here. But at the end of the day, they're part of our lives and we love it.
Talking about your children, you do show them on social media, but you never show their faces. Is there a reason for that?
For me, the thing is social media can at times be very antisocial. Ironically, I find that you do get trolls and you do get people who want to comment negatively about you. And I've had some interesting events on Twitter, so I try to keep them out of social media. But yes, the fact that I have kids is not a secret.
Exactly.
So yeah, one day when they're old enough to decide whether or not they want to be in social media, then great.
I also feel that as a, you know, the child of a very of a celebrity, they do stand out more. So I'm happy that you're kind of protecting them while they're so young.
I try to protect them as much as I can. And for me, it's also one of those things. I always say to people, I'm very happy when I'm on my own. Let's have pictures and so on. But sometimes I'll be with my kids and people are like, oh, just put them down and we'll take a picture. I'm like, no,
not going to happen. Not going to happen. Well, we're going to be catching up with Joanne a little bit later on. You are not going anywhere. We're going to try and get you to maybe cook for us.
I'm so happy to be here. We're going to chat about exciting things.
Absolutely. Exciting things indeed, so stay tuned.
So exciting things to come as well in terms of movies. Now, this week, the Expresso New Metro Movie Club has a prize that will make every spy fan jealous. Tickets to see Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Now, a week before everyone else, of course, as well, and exclusively in 4DX. Now, this time, the Kingsman's journey leads them to the discovery of an allied spy organization in the US, where these two elite secret organizations must band together. Now, you can experience the spy adventure thriller in New Metro's multi-sensory 4DX cinemas and exhilarating stunning cinema experience with high-tech motion seats and special environmental effects only at the V&A Waterfront in Cape Town, the Pavilion in Durban, Menlyn Park in Pretoria, Hyde Park and Empress Palace in Johannesburg. Now stand a chance to win double tickets to see Kingsman, the Golden Circle in 4DX at New Metro. Simply SMS the keyword Kingsman plus your name and city to 40675. And remember, you also need to add the city in which you are able to watch the screening. T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com, and the competition closes at midnight on the 22nd of September. That's this coming Friday. Now, will the agencies work together to defeat a common enemy, or will they just turn against each other? Find out in the Kingsman, the Golden Circle.
Find the best entertainment at New Metro Cinemas. It's your scene.
Well, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. When we get back, we're going to take a look at our What's Trending report. There are some stores that make something as ordinary as shopping very fun and interesting.
All right, looking forward to that, certainly. What I'm also looking forward to is hearing our stunning guest artist today, Pan-African singer-songwriter Macy Tolle, who joins us to make beautiful music on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll see you after the break.
Cool, we can go quicker. I throw a sunflower. Yeah? Oh.
Thank you. Yes, just a little bit. Perfect. Yes. Yeah.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Time for us to find out what's trending in the world of social media, things that piqued our interest.
Yes. Well, you guys, you know, after a very long day, the last thing you really want to do is go to the grocery store. It is such a mundane task, but it's something that needs to be done. So there are a couple of stores that's now managed to not only solve this problem, but make shopping fun. So we found some interesting pictures to show you that.
All right, take a look. What are they doing? What's happening?
Local mattress store gives a mini mattress for your doggy when buying a regular one. Oh, no, no.
That's cool.
That's so
exciting.
cute, though.
That's pretty cool.
This store lets customers choose whether they want to be bothered by the staff. Oh, I'll definitely choose.
So,
don't
so you've got the
bother me.
orange one, you can get a staff member to come and help you. If you got the green one, not.
Leave me alone.
Shopping carts in the store have calculators. That's brilliant.
That's awesome. Clever.
That's genius.
Why haven't we thought
Like everyone in the studio is like, yes, we can't do regular maths. It's okay. Right? So we can't calculate our money. We need calculators in our trolleys.
But I feel like if you had a calculator, like you buy less because you'd be like, oh, I'm going over my budget.
But hey,
now,
it keeps
so.
you honest.
But it's
right?
almost like a little game. Like, can I guess how much are the groceries today?
No, but it helps.
Mental
Just yesterday, I
calculation.
used a calculator on my phone to actually tally up what I bought.
Markai.
I'm just saying.
Nice to have an idea.
Listen, let's move on quickly to an adorable 2-year-old by the name of Mila Staffo. Now, in the video we're going to show you, she knows exactly what she wants, this Mila, right?
Okay.
And in the video, she can be seen complaining to her mom, Katie, about her first day of preschool, from the teachers being too shady and the kids being insane. Let's quickly take a look.
My mom had some news for me. She signed me up for preschool. Told her I want to go to boss school.
Wow.
What? It was like, no, Mila. You don't need to. So we get to the place, and I'm shook.
I'm shook.
Kids are shady. Kids are insane. Sewing sleepers. Pooping everywhere. I walk in, I'm like, but I'm still alive. I get my seat. The teacher is like, Dave, we don't pee on our friends.
We don't pee on our friends.
So now David's trigger chases with scissors. It was a mess. I have to do something. Story of nap time.
Okay, come on.
Facial expression.
And the Academy Award goes to
Mila.
Little Mila, 2-year-old Mila.
Was that rehearsed, do you think?
I don't know, but she's
You'll
brilliant.
be surprised. There are quite a few little ones that have a lot of sassiness to them. That's adorable.
Yeah.
But I mean, even just the... Anyway, let us know which stories have caught your attention, and of course when you share them with us, use hashtag Expresso Show. But this Tuesday morning, we welcome Pan-African singer-songwriter May Sithole. Now brought up by diplomat parents, May was fortunate to grow up in several countries around the world, and as a result, her songs echo her exposure to a myriad of personal experiences as well as cultures. And this morning she joins us to perform one of her hits called Sunflower. Stunning stuff from May Sithole. A beautiful song called Sunflower. What a way to start off this morning. Thank you very, very much. We'll hear more from this young lady a bit later on. In the meantime, link up with us on social media and let us know what you thought about that song.
In the national news this morning, South African Revenue Service Commissioner Tom Moyane says he believes KPMG's conduct is an attempt to portray the Revenue Service and its leadership as incompetent and corrupt. Moyane says legal action will be taken against the auditing firm after it announced last week that it's withdrawing its report into the SARS intelligence unit. The SARS commissioner added that the matter has been reported to the finance minister to have the firm blacklisted. Parliament's Standing Committee on Public Accounts, known as SCOPA, says South African Airways is suffering from a crisis of leadership. The committee has paid an oversight visit to the state-owned airline's head office in the wake of Treasury's plans to once again bail out the company, this time to the tune of at least 10 billion rand. SCOPA says the committee's visit to SAA has revealed serious mismanagement, especially by those taking day-to-day decisions, and that there's a serious disjunct between management and its employees. Now moving further abroad, Caribbean islands that was badly hit by Hurricane Irma is in the path of a new hurricane strengthening in the West Atlantic. The National Hurricane Center predicts that Hurricane Maria, which has been upgraded to Category 3, is moving roughly along the same path as Irma, the hurricane that devastated the region this month. Hurricane warnings have been issued for Guadeloupe, Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat and Martinique. And then finally, US President Donald Trump will make his debut today at the UN General Assembly. The annual gathering of world leaders will open amid serious concerns about Trump's priorities, including his policy of America First, his support for the UN, and a series of global crises. It will be the first time world leaders will be in the same room and able to take a measure of Trump. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Let's get our first look at what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Ewan.
Thank you so much, Leanne. Good morning to all our sports fans. Let's quickly run you through the latest stories. Now, in soccer news this morning, there's midweek Premier Soccer League action on the cards tonight as Cape Town City versus Pirates clash headlines the fixture list. Now, City, who started the season with 2 back-to-back wins, will look to return to winning ways following their 2-0 loss to Kaizer Chiefs last week, while Pirates head into the game of a goalless draw with Maritzburg. Then also in action tonight, SuperSport host Chippa United, while Free State Stars are up against Polokwane City. Then round 3 of the English League Cup kicks off tonight with an all-Premier League clash as Liverpool meet Leicester City at the King Power Stadium. The last official encounter between the two was a league match in February this year, where Leicester walked away with an impressive 3-1 win. Also in Cup action tonight, West Ham face Bolton, Stoke travel to Bristol, while Bournemouth face off with Brighton. Then the University of Stellenbosch moved up to 4th on the varsity netball table last night after earning a narrow 49-45 win over the University of the Free State. With the game neck and neck in the dying minutes, Marties held firm to score 4 late goals, which secured their first ever win over the Free State side. In last night's other Varsity Cup results, UP Tuks brushed aside VUT by 87 points to 22. Puka beat NMMU by 23, while AWC saw out a 59-46 win over UJ. And then lastly, British cyclist Mark Beaumont set a new world record yesterday as he completed an around-the-world cycle challenge in 79 days, 44 days shorter than the previous record. Now, starting and ending at the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, Beaumont completed the 28,000-kilometer journey by cycling 16 hours a day to reach an average daily target of 386 kilometers. Now, on his journey, he passed through 16 different countries as he made his way across Europe, Asia, Australia, and North America. And that's where we leave your sport for now. We'll bring you another update in an hour's time. Right now, let's take a look at your roads.
Well, let's take another look at your traffic, starting off in Gauteng in Eldorado Park. Now, there's been an accident on the N12 eastbound before the Golden Highway exit. Traffic is slow moving, leaving Lenasia. Then moving to the Western Cape, after chaos reigned in the city yesterday, Cape Town's taxi strike has been suspended. But moving on to, that's where we leave your traffic for now. We'll bring you another update in half an hour's time.
Let's quickly take a look at your weather and those temperatures once again for your Tuesday morning. And while the lows in the most parts of the country are still in the teens, it looks like some of the cities climbing to the 30s today. Nice and hot temperatures. And then you can also expect a couple showers in a few patches along the coast. Your temperature, Polokwane begin op 13, dit styg na 'n maksimum van 28. Mbombela 16, 29, Pretoria 14, 27, Johannesburg 13, 26, Mahikeng 14, 29, Klerksdorp 11 grade minimum en 'n maksimum van 30, Kimberley 10 en 'n maksimum 30, Bloemfontein 8 grade minimum en 'n maksimum 28, Richards Bay 18, 30, Pietermaritzburg 12 en 'n maksimum van 30, Durban 18 en 'n matige 25, Mthatha 12, 25 as well, East London 15, 22, Cradock 8 this morning with a maximum of 27 degrees, Port Elizabeth 14 and a maximum 19 degrees, George 11, 17, Sutherland on a 4 degrees minimum, nice and cool, but then warming up to 21 later on today. Cape Town 12 and 19, Worcester 8 degrees minimum with a maximum 21, Springbok 10, 26, and Uppington starting off on 12 and reaching a nice and hot maximum of 31 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather and your temperatures for the 7 o'clock bulletin. One more update heading your way in an hour's time, just after 8.
Oh, what a Tuesday morning it is. Can you believe Joanne Strauss is like here? She's like right outside. She's texting and looking at me right now. I'm freaking out, but I'm going to keep it together. You know why? Because it's World Retina Week and Dr. Darren Green is here. We'll talk about how the retina works.
Absolutely. Then we head to the kitchen where we're making a broccoli and salmon frittata. Yes, it's absolutely amazing. We'll be right back.
It's Joanne Strauss right next to me. Let's take a selfie.
Turkish Airlines voted Europe's best airline for 6 consecutive years, widens your world with outstanding hospitality as you journey in style to your destination. Enjoy a stopover in Istanbul and discover the colors of this fascinating city. With Turkish Airlines, your stopover will include complimentary accommodation in Istanbul, and you can experience the wonder of 2 continents combined in an unforgettable adventure. To learn more about the best stopover in travel, visit turkishairlines.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Kit, to Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Tuesday morning. Yeah, we're having a good laugh, but this is no laughing matter indeed. From the 19th until the 25th of September, we witness World Retina Week, and the aim of this is to bring awareness to one of the most important organs in our body, the eye. So today we take a closer look at those little globes in your skull without which you wouldn't be able to see our beautiful faces on your TV screen. And we're joined, of course, once again by our resident Dr. Darren Green. And the question we ask is, are you suffering from any eyesight problems? This is your opportunity to call us on 0 021 430 9881. So let's see what this is all about. Dr. Green.
Indeed. Good
Yeah,
morning.
Morning. Let's talk about the retina. Like, where is it based? What is its function?
Yeah, a lot of people have heard the word, but they don't understand where it is. The coloured part of the eye is the iris, and then you have the black circle, which is the pupil, which can adjust in size according to day or night. The retina lines the eye all the way at the back. So if we look at that part over there,
that yellow part.
Yes, the thin yellow part. It's actually a transparent layer that covers 65% of the inner lining, basically, of the space once you shed light through the pupil. And that's 65%. And then the center part of it is called the macula, which leads into the optic nerve. So you need, obviously, all the light to be absorbed in that transparent yellow layer, to be directed via nerve signals into that optic nerve, which then sends all that coded electric signal to your brain, which enables you to actually view and see the image that you've seen.
I seriously wish...
so quickly.
Yeah, I seriously wish you were my biology teacher at school. I would have found the subject a lot more interesting. I mean, there's so much fascination about it. Apparently, we actually see upside down and your eye converts the image right side up. But how do we know that the world isn't really upside down and we're the ones stuck to the roof of the world?
Gravity exists.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the question is the way the light's transmitted through the lens, basically. And how it happens is the light waves are bent through an optic-shaped lens, an elliptical-shaped lens. And it's got to do with the top of the image hits the bottom of the lens first, and then it's inverted, shooting it onto the back of the eye. It's just got to do with the wavelengths.
Yes.
And when the light enters a curved surface, how the light rays are actually bent. Remember the prisms we used to do at school?
Yes.
When getting the rainbow-coloured spectrum through a prism?
Yes.
Well, the same thing happens with obviously an elliptical-shaped lens, and then you have to understand the physics behind the direction of that light.
Actually, it's true. We do see upside down.
Amazing.
Well, you showed us earlier that the retina covers about 65% of the eye. What happens when we go into the sunlight without sunglasses?
Yeah, so you can imagine if you're having a greatly concentrated, bright light entering, obviously, through the aperture, which is the pupil, that black hole, which in cats, obviously, you'd know at night time, they obviously expand quite dramatically to allow more light in, to absorb and to get a clearer picture of what you're seeing, or in a fight-or-flight circumstance to identify a place to escape to if you're not going to conquer your enemy or the threat. So if that bright light hits the eye and the retina, obviously, all at once, it could be quite overwhelming.
Yes.
But of an overstimulation of the sense, of the light sense.
Yeah. Is there a quick way of explaining why sometimes when you're asleep at night you see like little spots of light, like little stars? But it's completely dark. You've got your eyes closed. Is that normal?
Yeah, so obviously you still have some of the cells that have absorbed light that are still firing, and then it settles down as obviously after time goes on. If you coincidentally, if you look through your eyelid at a bright light, you'll see it's red as well. Because the light continues to permeate through the skin even while you sleep. That's the importance of people that have insomnia, to ensure that the room is completely dark. Because that electric signal and wavelength is relayed to the brain and affects a gland called the pineal gland, which releases melatonin.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
I see.
Well, we're asking you the question, if you have a problem with your eyesight or you have a comment or a question for Dr. Darren Green, give us a call. Our number is 021 430 9881. We'll be back with the doctor shortly.
Thank you very much, guys. Very important and interesting topic at that. Right now in the kitchen, linking on to what we've been talking about, eye health. Amy Hopkins in the house with us. Good morning. Good morning. I see some salmon. I see some beautiful greens, some eggs.
We've got some lovely broccoli already sizzling over here in the pan.
So I almost feel like we're making some sort of a frittata.
That's exactly what we're making today.
You see now.
And all of our different components have awesome eye health benefits. So our broccoli that we've got beautifully just kind of sizzling in some olive oil over here.
Oh, look at that. It's beautiful.
I mean, I just love broccoli, but it's also packed with a beautiful compound called sulforaphane. I know it's a bit of a tongue twister.
Sulforaphane.
Yes.
Okay.
And that actually helps fight free radicals in your retina, so it prevents eye cancer. So really, really good, long-lasting, very healthy compound. And then we've got our lovely eggs, which I'm going to ask you to whisk for me, please.
Let's do that, if you ask that nicely, obviously.
And egg yolks contain a very, very sexy word, which I was telling you earlier, called zeaxanthin.
Zeaxanthin.
Yes. and lutein. And lutein is what they call the eye vitamin. Both of them work well together to just basically keep the eye health really strong, healthy, prevent macular degeneration, which I know Dr. Green's talking a lot about this morning. And then we've got our lovely salmon here, which is full of our omega-3s. And those guys obviously help with inflammation. So if you're struggling with inflammation in the eye, they're really great at that. So we're going to just add our salmon into our broccoli here. We've got some lovely smoked salmon.
Okay, so once again, I mean, now we've got to move quick, right?
Cook, that's right. Our broccoli's just turned a beautiful dark kind of green, so you just want a touch of colour on that.
All right.
And now our eggs are lovely and whisk. Thank you.
Now
Good job.
You can take over. There we go.
Okay, great.
Your
so we're just going to pour that in.
Lutein. Yeah, okay. Let's keep it there. We'll stop with that. The keyword is eggs. SMS that to 33728. Eggs is the keyword. SMS that to 33728 to get your hands on our broccoli and salmon frittata this morning. Exactly. Beautiful. And also very good for our health.
Great breakfast, and for us, always we're looking for that extra protein for our fitness. Yes. So we're just going to let that sit for a while, and then after about 5 or so minutes, you just want to pop it in the oven to cook over all, which we've got a lovely example of a
So this is what it looks like.
Here.
Okay.
So what I'm just going to do is
should we cut the slice out there?
Slice out. As you can see, the eggs cooked absolutely perfectly. Everything's lovely and set. This can easily serve 4 people for breakfast.
Yes.
And then we're just going to lift a little bit of that guy out.
Oh, and look at that.
And I love serving him with just a touch of fresh basil. Also, our leafy greens also have our lovely compounds, our zeaxanthin and lutein.
Zeaxanthin and lutein.
And vitamin C in our lemon, which also helps just keep our health high in general. So a little squeeze of lemon goes well, obviously, with the salmon there. Beautiful little dish.
Perfect.
Breakfast done
and
I
love it that it's quick and easy as well. Yes. The keyword is eggs. SMS that to 33728. Amy will be back with another delicious recipe in just a bit.
Now is Now Duo, made with love by Clover.
All right, we're back again with Dr. Darren Green. We're talking all about eye health because this is World Retina Week from the 19th until the 25th of September. And while we investigate this further, I had a question to ask Dr. Darren right now. I think I may have stumped the doctor. What is it true that you cannot sneeze with your eyes open lest they pop out?
Look, you can try, but I do know it increases the pressure in the brain because of the surrounding fluid and the intracranial pressure when you cough and when you do sneeze. That's why sometimes when you have a headache or a sinus headache and you cough, it goes like, you know, expansively painful. So
I only read it on like a did you know fact. Please do not try this at home. Do not try it at home.
Do not try it at home. Well, we asked you the question, are you suffering from eyesight problems? Our lines are open. Right now we have Gillian from Durban on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your comments or question for Dr. Darren Green?
I just want to know if you can tell me about this, anything I can do about my eyes. I've got thyroid. I've had the thyroid up at age 15. Last year I had pink eye and I changed my pills at the same time. And it played havoc with my thyroid. I now can't read properly. I can't do anything where I keep my eyes steady on one spot. You know, I can see to drive and things like that where my eyes are moving all the time.
All right. Thank you so much, Gillian, for sharing with us, and let's have the doctor.
She mentions quite a few things. She mentions thyroid problems.
Yes.
The problem with the thyroid gland is it causes exophthalmos, which means the eye actually looks like it's popping out. In other words, it enlarges and moves forward. It protrudes in the front part of the orbit, and you can see the one eye actually looks like it's actually protruding, or both eyes. She also then mentions that she has difficulty focusing when she reads. It's actually jumping around. And one of those conditions are caused by nystagmus. Nystagmus is a condition where the focusing or the movement of the eye is abnormal due to the coordinating mechanisms, which are controlled by different parts of the brain, synchronizing the muscles of the eye to move smoothly and to stay still and focus on one spot. So the problem could be related to many different things, either on a local level on the eyes, but particularly also looking at the brain and particularly the cerebellum. There are many different causes that can cause nystagmus, including conditions of the ear. So it would definitely be recommended that if her eyes are jumping during the focusing on something, that she sees an ophthalmologist first, and that he might even refer to a neurologist.
Okay. Gillian, thank you so much for that call. We really do appreciate it. And while we're talking about retina conditions, what are some of the more severe ones that we talk about. Retinal detachment. It sounds super painful.
That's a big one, and I think a lot of people don't know about it. So as I said, the retina is a transparent membrane that lines the inner part of the eye.
So right now we're looking at that red.
The orange.
Oh, the orange
above the red. And you can see that plate, it's bulging. It's actually pulling away from the red. The red layer is the beautiful blood supply to the retina because it needs oxygen, it needs nutrients to function, and the highly skilled cells that it comprises need that sustenance. So what happens is with aging, that orange, the yellow layer really gets thinner and thinner. So your likelihood of it pulling away from that wall of blood vessels gets higher with age and with smoking and with certain genetics. So what we need to obviously recognize is what are the symptoms when you develop a retinal detachment, because something can be done about it. If you deal with it early, they can actually reattach it in the form of suturing and so forth as well. So yeah, important to recognize early signs.
Okay. Well, we'll be talking to Dr. Darren Green about the symptoms, way to possibly reverse it a little bit shortly, but our lines are open. That number is 021 430 9881. If you have an eyesight problem, you've got a comment or a question, do let us know.
Thank you so much, team. Well, every Friday it is Win a Home on Afternoon Express, South Africa's premier interior design reality competition, proudly brought to you by Private Property, where you can follow the journey of 3 competing design duos as they decorate 3 homes, 1 room at a time. Now, if you vote for your favorite design duo, you stand a chance of winning the grand prize worth 3 million rand. Your choice of one of the 3 completed homes at the Eye of Africa Golf and Residential Estate, as decorated by the design contestants, with finishes by Plascon and Caesarstone and premier appliances by Grundig. Now, you are also automatically entered to win incredible prizes in the bi-weekly giveaway, and the current prize is a Grower Eurocube Sink Mixer Professional. Now, this is valued at over 12,000 rand. To win, all you have to do is follow the fun and excitement on Win a Home, and you could be winning big.
This is your chance to win the home you've always dreamed of. SA's favorite interior design reality competition, Win a Home, sees 3 design duos transform empty spaces into lavish homes, and one of them could be yours. To enter, visit privateproperty.co.za and vote for your favorite design duo. Put yourself in line to win amazing prizes in the bi-weekly draw and automatically be entered for a chance to win the grand prize, your choice of one of 3 fully designed homes in the Eye of Africa Golf and Residential Estate in the south of Joburg. The finished property will include luxurious finishes by Plascon and Caesarstone, as well as premier home appliances by Grundig, with a total prize value of more than 3 million rand. Competition details plus T's and C's can be found on the Private Property website. Watch the breathtaking properties come to life as the design drama unfolds and stand a chance to win the biggest prize on South African television, your very own dream home.
So still ahead, we're going to be taking a very quick ad break. Go recharge your coffee cups. When we come back, we're continuing the discussion with Dr. Darren Green this morning on keeping your eyes healthy, and in keeping with that, another healthy recipe by Amy this morning. Using some carrots, we're putting together a delicious salad. Stick around for that.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Tuesday morning. This is your Feel Good Breakfast show. We're talking all about your eye health because it is World Retina Week. And we have Cindy on the line who'd like to give us a question or a comment to Dr. Darren Green. Hello, Cindy.
Hello.
Morning.
Great to have you. What's your question or comment?
So my question is, a couple of years ago, I had an accident that happened with my eye. One of the elastics had shot on it. And then now I have these things that's called eye floaters at the back of my right eye. And what happens is whenever I drive or I look left and right, it sort of is in the way of my vision. It's almost like it's a mucus of some sort. I want to know, where can I have this removed in Cape Town, please?
Okay.
Great question. Thank you so much for that.
So floaters specifically are exactly that. They're little blotches that float across your vision. They can actually move a little bit. That could be early signs of retinal detachment, which are quite important.
Yes.
You also could have, on the other hand, particles circulating in the vitreous humor, which is the actual fluid part that runs from the front of the eye to the back of the eye. If you have any particles that are moving around in there. So very different. You've got to look at the total package of the clinical picture, whether there's associated trauma, which she mentions, with an elastic band, whether there is obviously things like a curtain or a veil coming over the eye. Typically we describe, it's almost like a fly sitting in your visual field, moving around. As part of the warning signs, the early warning signs of a retinal detachment. And that's worth certainly seeing an ophthalmologist for, because what they can do is focus all the way at the back, look at the retina, and then obviously examine the entire area. I mentioned that. But if they can't, then they'll even do a sonar on the eye if your symptoms can't be explained by what they're seeing at the back, to have a look in detail at the back of the eye. So definitely worth a look, and certainly she shouldn't leave it. And then, of course, you do get other things that can cause patches in your vision. Even migraines give you what's called visual scintillations, which are basically where you have the blurry patterns, or you have things coming in and out of focus, etc. So very important to understand that. And the diabetics particularly need to be extremely mindful of the fact that when they have intermittent blurring of the eyes or visual disturbance, to get it checked out ASAP.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll go. A bit of off-topic question. Just the second part of her question about where she can get it removed. Can you go to any general hospital and find an ophthalmologist there who can help you with something like this?
Your GP should be able to refer you with a proper referral letter to an ophthalmologist, and then obviously have it checked out. You also get a condition that's common in South Africans called pterygium, where you have a little membrane that grows medially from the nose side over towards the eye and actually covers the top of the cornea in sun-exposed areas and people. So what we need then, obviously, they actually can remove that little membrane and take it off completely if it affects your visual field. So certainly she needs definitely to consult an ophthalmologist.
Wow, so much insight and eye-opening information.
Yes, well, we're going to have more with Dr. Darren Green. In fact, I want to know whether carrots really help your eyesight. Growing up, we got encouraged to eat our carrots. But if you've got a comment or a question regarding your eyesight, it is World Retina Week. We've got Dr. Darren Green here for your comments and questions. Our lines are also open. That number is 021 430 9881.
Thank you so much, guys. Yes, continuing on the trend of eye health in the kitchen with Amy, which is amazing. We're making a delicious salad. Now, this salad, I mean, it can be a great standalone salad. It can be a great addition. But what you need to know is the fact that it is good for your eyes, which is amazing. Using carrots.
Exactly. I mean, we've been told since we were kids that we should eat carrots for our eye health. Makes us see better in the dark and all of that.
Does it?
Well, actually, it does a lot of things for our eye health. So it does the beta-carotene, which is what's in a lot of our beautiful orange veggies. It's a vitamin A, and obviously very strong in our orange carrots over here. That does absolutely help increase our eye performance. So it keeps our eyes bright and sparkly, helps us see better, just keeps general health in our eyesight. So that's fantastic. And then again, our lovely lutein and zeaxanthin.
Here we go again, lutein
in
and
our green
zeaxanthin.
baby spinach over here. So again, we're making a really, really great meal that just helps with all the compounds of keeping our eyes healthy. And then we've got our Discim lifestyle foods. We've got a whole lot of mixed seeds in here. And the seeds, which are our sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, they all contain vitamin E. And vitamin E works well with your vitamin C to just keep your tissue and your eye really healthy and strong.
Okay, so I think let's put it together let's just say that this is healthy.
And then also it's a delicious salad. So,
let's
what we're going to do here is just really easy to just assemble. So we just plate up some baby spinach, and like you said, this is a great side dish or a main as it's on its own.
Yeah, it's really up to you.
So you can really serve this with some lovely chicken, some beef steak on the side or anything. everything. Then we've got our lovely carrots, which we've ribboned, and you can use rainbow carrots as well for different colours, which is always a lovely
Okay, and then
addition.
you can get a rainbow carrot
Exactly,
salad. Yeah.
exactly.
Just saying. Okay.
Yeah, so basically you just peel these carrots with a peeler, and so you get those lovely thin ribbon textures. And then we've got some beautiful mint over here. I just love the combination of mint and carrot salad together.
Once again, nice and fresh, you know,
exactly,
spring,
really,
summer, here
really
we go.
fresh. And obviously, because it's spring, we've got all our lovely herbs coming into season now, all of our lovely leafy greens. So there we go. So just kind of pick a few of those mint leaves on, and then we're going to mix a little bit of a dressing.
All right.
Last little carrot guy. So if you want to whisk our dressing together...
You know it, you know it.
We've got a tiny bit of mustard over here, which is always our base for good dressing. We've got a little bit of honey.
All right.
Honey mustard classic.
Okay. Once
And
again,
then-
very good health properties in terms of the honey as well.
Exactly, antibacterial. We've got a little bit of lemon zest. Obviously, the zest is great, and the lemon juice for vitamin C compound. So I'm going to squeeze some of that lemon juice in here.
All right.
There we go. Whoops.
All good.
Spraying all over you.
All good. All good.
And then a little bit of our olive oil. And there you've got a beautiful dressing.
There we go.
Perfect. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of these lovely seeds over our salad, because also I like combining the bit of crunch of the seeds with the lovely, obviously the carrots and the baby spinach. It's nice to have the different textures. There we go, and flavors.
There we go.
And then we're just going to quickly just basically
Drizzle that
this
over. So the keyword is salad. SMS that to 33728 if you want to get your hands on this eye-boosting salad. It's salad to 33728. Go check it out on our website, expressoshow.com, as well a little bit later on, together with the frittata that we made earlier on as well. Amy, thank you very much. It looks amazing, man.
A little bit of pepper and salt always, because they're also...
For a bit of seasoning.
There we go. Lovely. And fresh, beautiful
Voila.
salad. Lovely colours. Ready
No, that's
to
a
rock and roll.
salad. That's a salad.
Done in
I
5
love
minutes.
it. Who says salad needs to be boring? Salads don't
Exactly.
need to be boring. You've got this exciting one. Salad is our keyword. SMS that to 33728. Thank you, Amy.
Pleasure.
Always taking care of our
Lovely to be
health.
here. Yeah.
All right, listen up. We're back here again with Dr. Darren Green. We're talking all about your eyes health. It is World Retina Week from the 19th until the 25th of September to create awareness around the importance of the most important organ in your body, the eye.
That's right. Well, we got a caller online, Mrs. Kuhn. Good morning from Fishhook. Morning. Are you there?
Hi, yes,
Hi.
I'm here.
Yes,
What's your
ma'am.
comment or question for Dr. Darren Green?
I'd just like to know, I've got to go for laser treatment on my eye, my right eye. And I'd like to know what does it entail? Will it affect the eye or what?
That's a great question, because I think far too often those things aren't explained, what it entails, and so it causes a lot of anxiety in a patient. Thank you so much for that, Mrs.
Good question, and I think a lot of people contemplate whether they need to go for laser treatment for their lenses particularly. So you have different defects of the lens. The shape of the lens can change with age and with time. You also could have obviously clouding of the lens, which you then develop cataracts, for example. But the laser surgery often involves the shape of the lens and surgery to adjust that. And you even have a lens replacement done that then occurs, so that you can get away without wearing contacts. So a lot of people either have to wear spectacles or glasses or contacts, and I think that the surgery has come a long way. I think always speak to people that have had the op before you. Get some good advice. Speak about the recovery period. Speak about the risks involved. Speak about the success rate and so
How
forth.
long the procedure
Correct.
itself is.
Correct. And what to expect realistically afterwards, to get all those questions out, and ask your practitioner, your ophthalmologist, exactly, you know, what is, let him depict to you and show you what they're going to be doing with the laser therapy, because it's not without risk, obviously. Every eye surgery is with risk, and that needs to be explained in detail.
Okay, it's good to know. Well, doctor, I really want to know how much does carrots affect your eyesight?
Bugs Bunny obviously sees fantastically, but generally vitamin A, beta-carotene is the magic ingredient. And a lot of people suffer from night blindness. When you can't drive at night, you just can't see well at night time. That's xenophthalmia, and that's often a result of having too little beta-carotene or vitamin A in your diet. Remember, the retina that we've discussed at length has specialized cells that require not only vitamin A, but other vitamins and nutrients too, to perform their function. They're highly specialized. They're 3 layers of cells, and they need good nutrition.
Yeah.
So yes, carrots certainly affect the clarity of your vision, particularly at night time.
Yeah. Talk to us about the age that we live in terms of us being face-to-face with devices and cell phones and
Bright
this and
lights,
that.
yeah.
Bright lights the whole time, and how that, you know, kind of contributes to the degeneration of your eyesight over time. And then also just share some of your top eye... good eye health tips, yes.
Yeah, so I think, you know, certainly technology, tablets, spending time in front of the television is also the LED lights, for example, at night time, stimulate those rods and cone cells in the retinal layer, causing buzz and activity in the brain that carries on even when you close your eyes and try and sleep. Be aware of the fact that bright light and the effect of lightning helps, it has an effect on your relaxation techniques, also in terms of your stress levels as well. So decrease that an hour and a half before bedtime. Try and get to a place where you start desensitizing and, you know, toning things down at home. Maybe use some candlelight as in the old days. So, you know, look at that. And then the eye health tips, we'd look at things like protecting your eyes from the sun, bright light, glaring light, off the snow, even for those that go skiing and water sports. Be aware of that. And then, of course, your diet plays a major role, and so does exercise, to keep those blood vessels patent. Early detection of any blood vessel issues can help save your eye.
Thank you very much, Dr. Green. Always looking forward to seeing you next week again for our next health chat. And thank you for all our callers with your comments and questions. I still wanted to ask, what happens when somebody does this, and then you go, why do they do that? It's weird.
Well, still to come after the break, Zoe rubs shoulders with Nigella Lawson, and Joanne Strauss is still here, and we chat about Social Star. All that and more coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Experience the majesty, history and beauty of Istanbul with Turkish Airlines and make a stop over the best part of the journey. As Turkish Airlines is the carrier that flies to more countries than any other airline in the world, you can enrich your travel experience by exploring the mystique of Istanbul. Travelers who have more than 20 hours connection time can enjoy complimentary city tours as well as complimentary accommodation. 1 night in a 4-star hotel for those traveling in economy class, or 2 nights in a 5-star hotel for those traveling in business class. Fly differently and enjoy an unforgettable stopover with Turkish Airlines. Widen your world.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso, and we're joined by Joanne Strauss, who's got some exciting news to share with us a little bit later about Social Star. Yes. But before we get to your exciting news, Leanne, what is happening in our international entertainment news?
Well, the Emmys are still on everyone's lips for the big wins and for the fashion and for the unexpected reveals, just like this one from Donald Glover.
I want to thank Michelle, my partner. You love me even when how crazy I get. I want to thank my baby, my son, for just being the joy in my life. I want to thank my unborn son. We're listening to Stevie tonight. I want to thank...
My unborn son. Well, there you have it. Donald Glover is going to be having another baby with girlfriend Michelle, and I think that that's absolutely amazing. But you know what, Jan, if ever you want to make an announcement like that, don't just drop it on us like that, hey?
I'm hoping there's nothing that I know of at the moment, but I will let you guys know.
But are you open to?
I'm totally open to it. You know, I mean, look at the joy that he's experiencing there. I think that's the thing, is you can have all the success in the world, But to be able to have a healthy little baby is just like, oh my gosh, it's
Exactly.
it is the most incredible blessing. So
well,
I feel him, and I'm keen for more. I'm like, my husband's first compliment to me was that I had childbearing hips.
Yes.
So generally, I mean, I was like, what? But the fact that he's a doctor, I think it was the most
He
sincere
understands.
compliment.
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, but are you guys at all Lady Gaga fans?
Not so much.
I don't go Gaga over her anymore, but
Yeah.
I do kind of. There's a little bit of an element of real coming to her now. I think she's getting older, which is a good thing.
She is. She is getting older, and maybe that's what's happening right now. Because for the Gaga fans, you guys might have to sit down for this one. The singer has unfortunately had to postpone the European leg of her tour due to what she calls severe physical pain. Now, taking to Instagram yesterday, Gaga shared a moving photo along with an emotional caption saying that she's been honest about her physical and mental health, and that right now she isn't doing well. No word on when exactly the tour has been postponed to, but it seems that Gaga will only be back in action early 2018. So we certainly are wishing her well, and it's very important to take time out to rest.
Absolutely.
Because you know what, you can try to make everybody happy, but not at the expense of your own health.
Absolutely. And you know, I do get it as well. I think she's one of those stars that was so living this big show, and we all love to watch and enjoy all of her amazing creativity that she puts out there. But you have to recharge your batteries, you know. You can't keep on giving without actually just refueling.
You need to refuel.
You need to refuel indeed.
Word. Love
I
it.
think Joanne Star should just hang out with us
I
all
like
day.
this. I like this.
Well, we will be having a little bit more with her shortly, but that was a wrap on your international entertainment news.
Oh my gosh, Joanne Strauss is in the studio, I can't believe it. Oh, so excited. But what I'm also very excited about is the fact that we've got very good news for you. We finally have the names of the 8 individuals who have each won a golden ticket in our Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives competition that we've been running, which means with this golden ticket, you go straight through to the final auditions. And of course, you get to be a part, or your chance to be a part of the cast. And we've got to say a big congratulations to the following people: Karishma Singh, Lennon Fisher, Carol Molepo, Dudu Manyana, Notilim Kize, Andrea Sandra, Mahloli Letts, and Tabang Nte. So let's give them a round of applause. The golden ticket is yours. The golden ticket is yours. And as I said, this is your chance then to go to the final auditions. Now, if you want to be a part of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and fight for your share of 1 million rand, then all you got to do is buy one of the specially marked Tropicas with a golden cap and follow the instructions on the side. Then you head on over to one of the auditions and you can come to Cape Town, Cavendish Square on Saturday the 30th of September, or you can go to Gateway Mall in Durban on Saturday the 7th of October, or the Zone in Johannesburg on Saturday the 14th of October, and then audition. Bring your A game, make sure that you are there with all of your personality, and who knows, you might just be on your way to becoming a star. Now remember to join in the conversation and also tell us who you'd like to be teamed up with on Tropica Island. That's on Facebook, or you can follow @MyTropica on Twitter and Instagram. And as always, follow the conversation by using hashtag #TIOT8, and you can find the terms and conditions on tropica.co.za.
Dreaming of prizes, fame, and fortune? It's now your chance of a lifetime to join your favorite celebrities in paradise and become famous like them on Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives. Plus, a chance to win a shared smooth 1 million rand. Buy Tropica, enter, and come to the auditions on Saturday the 30th of September at Cavendish Square, Cape Town, 7th of October at Gateway, Durban, or 14th of October at the Zone, Johannesburg. Grab a Tropica for details. There's nothing smoother.
Very exciting stuff indeed. Now, next up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, South Africa has been the destination of choice for quite a few celebrities lately. Now, while some are visitors part of a holiday, others have made their way to our shores on business. Now, one of them is a woman who played a major role in the celebration of home cooks and got us all indulging in food that evokes memories and is packed full of what she might call heart-stirring, unctuous flavor. It is, of course, Nigella Lawson, and Zoe had the opportunity to sit down with this incredible woman.
Well, I've had to pinch myself a few times as I'm seated next to an icon in the foodie world, Nigella Lawson.
She is the best-selling author of 11 cookbooks, star of 10 eponymous TV shows, and it's her authenticity that's made Nigella's name synonymous with the deep love of food.
It's so lovely to meet you in person. I've followed your career. I've seen you on my television screens. But you started off as a writer, then joined the foodie industry. Do you feel that the online community, like social media, today plays a big role in shaping someone?
For me, food is a conversation. And the more people who are having that conversation, the better. Now, it's great for me to be able to put that on other media, but I think for me the books do remain central. And what's quite interesting as well, you can get people on Instagram with a food blog and they have millions there, but they don't consider that a success until they've published a food book. So the cookbook has not dwindled because of the whole online world, the digital world. It's actually become even more forceful, I'd say. It's interesting.
Well, I wanted to ask you, have you picked up on any new flavor ideas or new techniques through the online community?
I'm not someone who gets enormously influenced by what other people are doing, because I think it's very important always to be true to yourself and follow your own taste buds. I mean, I would say the new trends really are a reaction to this vast world of content, which is people telling their stories, maybe the sort of food you haven't come across before, but people are saying, I grew up with this food, what it means to me. I think the thing is information is very useful, but people like narrative. They want to be told a story. They want to feel this comes from someone's life. And I think that's always going to be new. I mean, I certainly, every now and then there's a new cuisine that might interest me, but actually it would be far much more I like someone's voice.
What would you say are some of the current food trends at the moment?
Well, I think that I would say still Eastern Mediterranean and Middle Eastern food is still very current, and at the moment I'm seeing a marked interest in Georgian food, and that's quite an interesting idea because it has some of Eastern Europe and some of the Middle East. There's certainly in London, there's beginning to be, I would say, a very marked increase in people talking about African food. And we haven't learned an awful lot about that, so that's very, very exciting.
Nigella, you've achieved incredible success. You're an icon to many home cooks. What has been your secret to success?
So difficult to say, but I think really that when I started, the food world was dominated by professionals, and they can be very, very inspiring, but on the same time it can be quite intimidating. So I think when people on television, when they see me chop, they can see that I have no knife skills and I'm quite clumsy and I have no training, but I believe you don't need training in order to cook. The reality is we who cook at home know how to convey flavour very fast. So I think really it's about being honest and about being honest about what I can do and what I can't do, and talk about how I make things work for me. And I think that I have two qualities which are not generally considered enormously attractive. It's impatience and greed, but they really help get good food on the table fast.
I feel like I can relate.
Oh, Nigella Lawson. Well, back on the couch is someone that we love just as much, Joanne Strauss, who is no stranger to the media and, of course, owning her presence with grace. And now she's on search, or rather in search, of South Africa's next big social media star through her Social Star competition. And who knows, it could even be you. Joanne, I am so happy to still have you on the couch this morning.
Thank you.
Now, for anybody who hasn't heard, and I'm sure it's only a few people, what exactly is Social Star in collaboration with Samsung? And why do you think it's so important, more now than ever, to have a platform like this?
Leanne, for me, I'm all about entrepreneurship. And I think social media is such a great platform to actually make social media your career and to it's sort of like the democratic media, because if you work hard, you will succeed at social media. Yeah. So I started Social Star initially back in 2012, and it was presenter search. And I was looking for a presenter then for a show that I'd done previously. And then I realized now, for the past 2 years, social media has actually given so many young people a great opportunity to start their own businesses. Yeah. So last time we took Minnie Dlamini and we took Gareth Pond, who Minnie's obviously the most followed woman on Instagram in South Africa. Yeah. Gareth Pond won the top Instagrammer in Africa. And we took them to Mauritius, and they basically help us to learn about social media, how to monetize your social media, and also how to just be authentic in terms of doing it. So socialstar.me is where people can go and enter. They win a huge opportunity. They'll win, the winner of Social Star wins 50,000 Rand a month. This is not a full-time job.
I'm sorry, you said a month?
A month.
For how long?
for 6 months.
Wow.
And there are future opportunities.
Are you serious?
And not just that, they also get product. They get a trip to Mauritius. I mean, I'm saying established bloggers, that's why we're extending the deadline now.
Yeah.
Technically, it stopped last night at midnight.
All right.
Then I heard Expresso is giving me a chance to come and chat about it.
You're
So
like, yes.
I'm extending the deadline until Friday. But 50,000 Rand a month, and this is not even for a full-time job.
Yeah.
There's huge money to be
This
made
is
in social
amazing.
media. They'll be traveling with me. We'll be traveling to Mauritius. We're going to be spending 4 incredible days there. We'll experience the island like general tourists will not experience the island. Yeah. So we did it the last time as well. We went to another island and we had 4 helicopters in convoy and we just had the most incredible time. So yeah, like I said, Minnie was along. She had the greatest time, Mrs. Jones. Previously we had Bonang also in our first year. Bonang accompanied us. Pabi Malloy, Lera's come along. I'm still not 100% sure who we're taking along this year.
That's what I wanted to ask. Can you give us a clue as to who's going to be involved as a mentor?
This is the thing, is for me it's very important that the mentor also teaches us about the business side of social media.
Yeah.
And you know, there's amazing opportunities to actually monetize it. I see Katlejo might be a great option as well. I'm just watching him flexing his social media muscles there. But yes, it's a great opportunity. We've got, for example, South African vloggers like Casper Lee, but we need to really grow our social media presence and our social media stars in this country.
Absolutely.
And I'm very passionate about giving young people opportunities. So please, this is huge. I'm almost feeling like I really can't emphasize enough how big an opportunity this is.
It's a massive opportunity. Now I know a lot of people are watching who maybe didn't know that they can enter, who will be entering.
Yes.
What is that it factor that you're looking for that's going to make someone stand out amongst everybody else?
So Leanne, for me, basically what they have to do is they have to upload a 30-second to a 1-minute video on Instagram. So it's easy. The last time we had that people had to enter on YouTube. This time it's very easy. You can just go onto Instagram, you upload a 30-second video, and in that video, show me why I want to travel with you. Show me why you're a social media star that other people want to follow and want to watch. And yes, come along. You go then to socialstar.me, which is our website. You upload your entry. You've got to fill in your details there. And we're traveling in October, so come along. It's so easy. I think people overestimate or they overestimate how difficult it is to enter. Yeah. But for me, the opportunity, it's so easy. It's such a huge opportunity. Wow. I always say, opportunity dances with those already on the dance floor, and I hope everybody has their dancing shoes on.
Well, there you have it.
Social
Get your
star.
dancing shoes on, Joanne. Thank you so much. This is going to be an incredible thing, and like you said, you've extended the date. So, guys, you have to enter. Visit socialstar.me and follow the instructions and make sure that you get your entry in as soon as possible. You may just be the next social media star, and who doesn't want to visit Mauritius with none other than Joanne Strauss?
At Samsung, we develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
Alrighty, still, I think we're going to compete for that spot, right?
Yeah.
Listen, still ahead on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. After the break, we uncover what it means to be a flexitarian when it comes to your diet. Yes.
And then another live performance coming to you from May Sitole. She's here, good and ready. Listen, Samantha and I are going to audition for Social Star. Hi, Joanne. Want to be a Social Star? Yes.
Yes, yeah. Just show me as well and I'll signal. Yeah.
That would have helped a lot. I think it's like double up on the
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Express on SABC3. Macy Tola is still here making beautiful music for us, and here she is about to sing a song called What You've Shown.
Sitting by the water, sitting by the sea, waiting for the journey, I'm waiting for that dream. Standing at the window, standing by that gate, I'm waiting for the answer, I'm waiting for that dream. Choosing to believe in things I cannot see, trusting in the words you whisper in my dreams. You will never falter, you will never fail. I'm waiting for the answer, I'm waiting for the dream. You will come like the light at dawn. You will speak when the trumpet sounds. I'm waiting for you, Lord. I'm holding on to what you said. I'm waiting for you, Lord. I'm calling on what you've shown. I'm waiting for you, Lord. I'm holding on to what you said. I'm waiting for you, Lord. I'm calling on what you've shown. I'm sitting by the water, I'm sitting by the sea, I'm waiting for the answer, I'm waiting for that dream. I'm sitting at the window, I'm sitting by that gate, I'm waiting for the answer, I'm waiting for that dream. I'm not giving up, no, 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 no. I'm speaking to you, child. I hold your times in my hands. I'm speaking to you, child. My word will not return void.
Fantastic, beautiful music on this Tuesday morning. Thank you so much, May. We really appreciate it. You can follow her at May Sithole on social media to keep up with her music career and what she's offering out there. And let us know what you thought about that performance.
In die nasionale nuus, die hoof van die Suid-Afrikaanse Inkomstediens, Tom Moyane, sê hy glo KPMG se optrede is 'n poging om die Inkomstediens en sy leierskorps as onbevoeg en korrup uit te beeld. Moyane sê regstappe sal gedoen word teen die ouditeursfirma nadat hy verlede week bekend gemaak het dat hy sy verslag oor die SAID se intelligensie-eenheid gaan terugtrek. Moyane het daaraan toegevoeg dat die aangeleentheid aan die minister van Finansies gerapporteer is om KPMG op die swartlys te plaas. Die parlementêre staande komitee in sake openbare rekeninge, SCOPA, meen die Suid-Afrikaanse lugdiens het 'n leierskapkrisis. Die komitee het 'n oorsigtelike besoek aan die staatsbeheerde lugdiens se hoofkantoor gebring, kort nadat die tesourie laat blyk het dat hy weer eens 'n reddingsboei aan die SAL beskikbaar gaan stel, die keer vir 'n bedrag van minstens 10 biljoen rand. SCOPA sê hy het ernstige wanbestuur waargeneem, veral deur diegene wat daagliks besluite moet neem. Hy meen ook daar heers volsla onsonderlikheid, of liewer afsonderlikheid, tussen die bestuur en sy werknemers. Op die internasionale front 'n nuwe orkaan Maria het die Wes-Atlantiese Oseaan ontstaan het en reeds tot 'n kategorie 3 storm opgegradeer is op pad na die Karibiese eilande. Die eilande is 'n skrale 2 weke gelede ook swaar getref toe orkaan Irma verwoesting daar gesaai het. Die nasionale orkaansentrum het waarskuwings uitgereik dat die eilande Guadeloupe, Dominica, St. Kitts en Nevis, Montserrat en Martinique op gereedheidsgrondslag moet wees. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Here's a final look at what's happening in the world of sport.
Let's quickly take a last look at your sport headlines on your Tuesday morning. Now, there's midweek Premier Soccer League action on the cards tonight as Cape Town City versus Pirates clash headlines the fixture list. Now, City, who started the season with 2 back-to-back wins, will look to return to winning ways following their 2-0 loss to Kaizer Chiefs last week, while Pirates head into the game of a goalless draw with Maritzburg. Now, also in action tonight, SuperSport host Chippa United, while Free State Stars are up against Polokwane City. Then round 3 of the English League Cup kicks off tonight with an all-Premier League clash as Liverpool meet Leicester City at the King Power Stadium. Now, the last official encounter between the two was a league match in February this year, where Leicester walked away with an impressive 3-1 win. Now, also in Cup action tonight, West Ham face Bolton, Stoke travel to Bristol, while Bournemouth face off with Brighton. The University of Stellenbosch moved up to 4th on the varsity netball table last night after earning a narrow 49-45 win over the University of the Free State. Now, with the game neck and neck in the dying minutes, Marties held firm to score 4 late goals, which secured their first ever win over the Free State side. In last night's other varsity cup results, UP Tuks brushed aside VUT by 87 points to 22. Pucker beat NMMU by 23, while UWC saw out a 59-46 win over UJ. And then lastly, British cyclist Mark Beaumont set a new world record yesterday as he completed an around-the-world cycle challenge in 79 days, 44 days shorter than the previous record. Now, starting and ending at the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, Beaumont completed the 28,000-kilometer journey by cycling 16 hours a day to reach an average daily target of 386 kilometers. Now, on his journey, he passed through 16 different countries as he made his way across Europe, Asia, Australia, and North America. That's where we leave your sport for your Tuesday morning. Let's quickly get into your weather for the last time on your Tuesday. And while the lows in most parts of the country are still in the teens, we are seeing a couple of cities climbing to the 30s. And you can also expect possible showers in a few patches along the coast. Polokwane begin op 13 grade minimum en 'n maksimum van 28 vandag. Mbombela 16-29, Pretoria 14-27, Johannesburg 13-26, Mahikeng 14-29, Klerksdorp begin op 11 grade minimum en 'n warm 30, Kimberley op op 10 grade. Dit styg ook na 'n maksimum van 30. Bloemfontein 8:28. Richards Bay 18:30. Pietermaritzburg on 12 minimum, also reaching a maximum of 30. Durban 18:25. Mthatha 12:25. East London 15:22. Cradock 8 this morning minimum with the maximum 27 later on today. Port Elizabeth 14 with a maximum 19. George 11:17. Sutherland starting off on 4 degrees minimum with a maximum of 21 later. Cape Town 12:19. Partly cloudy for Cape Town today. Worcester 8 minimum with a maximum of 21. Springbok 10:26 and Uppington starting off on 12 minimum with a maximum of a nice and hot 31 degrees. And that's a wrap of your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show for your Tuesday morning.
Well, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Okay. Shall I carry on?
Yes, well, listen, after the break, we'll be talking about the flexitarian diet.
Yeah, and then we also find a very inspirational story in one Carol van Tonner in Durban, who is a volunteer police officer and also trauma counsellor. What an inspiring story to share with you on this Tuesday morning. Are you okay? I'm fine. Okay.
Dreaming of prizes, fame and fortune? It's now your chance of a lifetime to join your favorite celebrities in paradise and become famous like them on Tropica Island of Treasure, Maldives. Plus, a chance to win a shared smooth 1 million rand. Buy Tropica, enter and come to the auditions on Saturday the 30th of September at Cavendish Square, Cape Town. 7th of October at Gateway, Durban. Or 14th of October at The Zone, Johannesburg. Grab a Tropica for details. There's nothing smoother.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. Now, it's getting close to Heritage Day, and Vodacom wants South Africa to experience the power of the internet by giving you access to a new site every day of the week. And Tuesday is all about lifestyle. And on Lifestyle Tuesday, Vodacom will be giving you access to Pinterest and Take a Lot with up to 1 gigabyte of free data. Now, marketing manager Lauren Austin is in the studio to tell us more about how she uses Pinterest to promote and create interest in our South African heritage. Lauren, welcome to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I still ask the question, is Pinterest still a thing even? But clearly it really is. So tell me more about what it is that you do and how Pinterest helps you do that.
Sure, absolutely. So I do all the marketing for Heritage Collection. And Heritage Collection is a collection of historical, cultural and heritage attractions around South Africa.
Yes.
So basically it includes things like botanical gardens, museums, heritage spots, cultural tours, foodie experiences, you know, those kinds of things.
Yes.
And we partner with South African Tourism via the collection to market South Africa to local and international travellers.
Yeah.
So that's basically what we do. Then in terms of Pinterest, Pinterest really is a tool for us to showcase South Africa to local and international tourists.
Okay.
So basically we use our boards to show everything that's really unique about South Africa. So it's very much, you know, that's the tool and that's what we use it for. And I say local and international travellers as well, because obviously it's a no-brainer that we want to inspire people to come and visit South Africa, especially overseas visitors. But we also want to connect our local South Africans with their heritage.
Yes.
Because a lot of people just don't realise exactly how diverse our heritage is.
Yeah.
So we very much use it for both reasons, to inspire people to come and also to connect local South Africans.
And at the end of the day, how effective is it really as a marketing tool? Do you find that the click rates are there? And I mean, obviously working with South African tourism, the feedback coming through from them saying, well, listen, this is working really well.
Yeah, you know, for us being in the travel industry, it's very effective. Travel really is very aspirational and people feast with their eyes.
Yes,
you know?
that's true.
So, I mean, you can see some of our experiences there. Everything is just all about beautiful imagery that just showcases South Africa.
Captures a moment in a memory.
Exactly, exactly. And if you think about travel, like the travel experience really starts with the inspiration and people are inspired by the beautiful images. And from there they start to do the research and then they start to plan and then they eventually book the trip.
Yeah.
So really that's what we use our Pinterest boards for. And you know, there's a freedom in Pinterest that you don't necessarily find in other social media.
Okay.
So it basically just allows a traveller to, you know, you're sitting at your desk, you're having a cup of coffee, you need a bit of a break from work and you start flipping through the Pinterest boards and then you're inspired by everything that you see and you just kind of get lost in your dream a little bit. And that's really what travel's all about, getting lost in a dream, and that's how you end up booking your trip.
To reopen my Pinterest. have you had a lot of interest and feedback from actual clients that interact with you on the platform and say, wow, where is this? How can I find out more about that product?
So obviously our clients themselves, they're the attractions that we promote.
Yes.
And we're marketing more to the traveller, so we're inspiring people to come.
Yes.
But we obviously do include our heritage attractions here in our Pinterest boards as well. But for a more comprehensive listing, you can go to our website, portfoliocollection.com, and it gives you all the attractions listed there. And you can book accommodation as well. But in terms of the interest, absolutely, because our heritage attractions, a lot of them are very small. So they are looking for a way where people are educated about the fact that they're even there in the first place. So, you know, we get great feedback from our travellers. They pin our pins all the time. And our heritage attractions are obviously just very thankful that there's a way to educate people that when they're here and they're going on a trip to Kruger, it's not just about Kruger. There's also local attractions in the area.
All right, Lauren, thanks so much for re-inspiring my interest in Pinterest. It's lovely to have you here. So to make your day, simply keep a positive data balance on your Vodacom SIM card and then dial *111*634#, or download the latest version of the My Vodacom app and claim your free data daily. For more info and T's and C's, visit vodacom.co.za.
Well, yesterday was Meat Free Monday, and I think a lot of people are really looking at ways that they can not only live healthier, but tread lightly on the earth as well.
That's right, and this desire to eat healthier and be more conscious of, you know, the environment has seen the rise in a new diet called the flexitarian diet.
Today I'm at the Park House of Events on 7 to get to the bottom of how to eat not just for weight loss, but for overall health and well-being. Actually, today we're chatting all about healthy and sustainable. What are 3 universal nutritional tips that anybody can adopt?
Firstly, to eliminate, where possible, your refined starches. These are things like your white bread, white rice, white pasta, as well as limit those foods that contain corn syrup or, of course, high in sugar. My second tip would be to ensure that your water intake is optimal. You know, water is so beneficial for the body. It does so many wonderful things. It helps to detoxify the body, it regulates your body temperature, it helps to boost your immune system. And finally, my last tip would be to ensure that you're getting 4 to 5 portions of your fresh fruits and vegetables per day.
Going gluten-free has become incredibly popular. So what is gluten and how would one avoid it if they needed to?
Gluten is a protein that's commonly found in some of our grains, such as your wheat, barley, occasionally in oats, as well as your rye. And you wouldn't necessarily need to avoid gluten unless you are suffering from celiac disease or gluten intolerance. Celiac disease is an allergy to gluten, which actually can be quite dangerous because it does do some damage to the small intestine. And a gluten intolerance is really what it says it is. So this often shows in symptoms such as gastrointestinal discomfort or distress. It can show in a rash on the skin. There are various ways. If you were new to cutting out gluten, it can be difficult to do. So my recommendation would rather be to look for alternatives. So for example, you could have a gluten-free pasta, and that way you would still be able to enjoy your sauce that you like to consume with your pasta. You could have gluten-free bread, that way you could still have your egg on toast in the morning, and that really does help with trying to stick gluten-free, but still consuming the foods that you enjoy.
A new buzzword in nutrition circles is flexitarian. Flexitarianism is an increasingly popular vegetarian diet that still allows for the occasional meat dish.
The flexitarian diet is getting more and more popular by the day. What is interesting, though, about this flexitarian movement is that there is little emphasis actually being placed on intolerances and allergies as the reason behind this movement, but rather for personal beliefs, such as ethical reasonings, as well as the environmental concerns with regards to the damages that mass meat production can actually do to the environment, as well as people's personal disease control or disease management reasoning as well. If you want to become flexitarian and that is your choice, you're doing a bit for your health, you're doing a bit for the environment, so it's fantastic.
I can imagine that increasing your intake of veggies and decreasing your intake of meat has some obvious health benefits. What do they include?
Firstly, you increase your amount of fresh vegetables, and that obviously provides the body with a lot more micronutrients. It has got an increased amount of fiber in that as well then, and it's got a number of antioxidants as well. Then a less obvious benefit is that you are cutting down your amounts of saturated fat, as protein or animal meat does naturally contain amounts of saturated fat in them that a lot of people may not know about.
If we wanted to start eating fewer animal products and byproducts, where would we start?
There are great plant protein sources that can be used as an alternative to animal protein sources, such as that of tofu, soy. Nuts and seeds are extremely high in protein, chickpeas, legumes. We even have excellent non-dairy sources that are available as well. We've got coconut milk and coconut creams. We've got rice milk. Almond milk is a great source of protein as well. You can get non-dairy cheeses at the moment. They're also available, which are delicious and tasty. If you are wanting to go flexitarian, if you're wanting to cut down on your animal product, there is so much available for you out there.
And now for this final point, and I know that a lot of people struggle with this, healthy snacking on the go. What options and tips can you give to those people watching?
Firstly, if you're prepared the night before while you're watching a movie or you're making some dinner, feeding the kids, whatever you are doing, just keep some time aside for yourself to prepare something for the next day. Otherwise, what happens is that by the time that you are hungry, your sugar levels have dropped so low that you really crave whatever's available, and a lot of the time that is the unhealthiest option that you can think of. Then I think the other problem is that people just don't know what is available in terms of already formulated healthy snacks. And if you pop into a Dis-Chem, you'll see there is so much available. You know, you've got your corn thins or your corn crackers to spread on some nut butters. You can use some guacamole or some hummus. That's a really healthy snack. And of course, you've got your energy bars or you've got your protein bars, depending on what your weight management goal is at the time as well. It really is all about knowing what is available. And I think the advice there would be to look at the product, read the ingredients list, look at what is contained inside of the product, and that will give you a good indication of whether it's a healthy snack or not.
Thank you, Lisa Raleigh. Now, a healthy body is just one part of the equation. A happy mind is also so important. And that is why Dis-Chem is giving you the chance to win a brain booster hamper packed with various health foods, minerals and supplements, and even a medicine ball and yoga mat to inspire some mindful exercise.
Exactly. So to stand a chance of winning this incredible hamper, simply SMS Dis-Chem to 33728 and you could be our next lucky winner. And every time you enter, you are also entered into that big grand prize draw where you could win 12,000 Rand in Dis-Chem shopping vouchers. So be sure to enter. SMSs cost R1.50 and terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. Dis-Chem, pharmacists who care.
All right now on to a rather inspirational story of a phenomenal woman. Now, victims of crime are often extremely traumatized and struggle to process what's happened to them while also trying to assist the police in arresting the perpetrators. Now, this is why it's important to offer emotional support to victims alongside the procedures followed by the police. Now, as a long-time volunteer in trauma and crisis counselling, Carol van Tonder from Durban found a way to do both by embarking on a new career as a police officer.
What I enjoy the most about doing my police work is the difference we make in the community. assisting victims of crime, preventing crime, and working with the members at the police station.
By day, Carol van Toorne works part-time as a primary school counsellor. But from late afternoon till late at night, you'll find Carol working as police reservist at the Durban North Police Station.
I was a lifeline trainer and facilitator for 9 years, and on a visit to Wentworth Police Station, I saw this wonderful group of ladies who were volunteers in their trauma department. I approached Colonel Gonya here at Durban North Police Station and said I was willing to set up the victim support services for Durban North Police Station. So I started the first group in 2007.
As a police reservist, Carol performs all the duties of an officer but receives no pay. It has also empowered her to do more with the crisis centre she's established.
When I was working as a victim support officer at the police station, I had a rape victim and I had to wait for a police officer to come and assist me as I couldn't sign the forms and that. And there was a lovely captain at the police station who said to me, why don't I become a police officer? And at that stage they were recruiting for the World Cup. And before I knew it, I started the training as a reservist and graduated. And it's been extremely rewarding. I've loved every minute of it. I love the camaraderie between the members, and they're like my other family. Basically, we do all the duties required by police officers. We perform functions exactly the same as a paid member. The police have been very receptive to us. They've welcomed us with open arms. They're very grateful for all the work we do and how we assist them. This is what has made our station very successful, in that we offer all the services that are needed in our community.
From very humble beginnings, Carol's dedication has seen the team at the crisis centre grow to 25 volunteers.
I've been working with Carol in the trauma unit for the last 8 or 9 years now, and it's really been fantastic. It's been a personal growth for me as well, because the knowledge she imparts enables us to be part of the community and give to the Durban North community as well. She's an excellent boss, if I could say so, and she's always very supportive of all the members of the crisis team.
We are here to assist the police. We are here to guide them and take over and deal with the emotional aspect of the victims who they're dealing with, which gives them the time to be able to focus on doing their cases and concluding and doing their investigations.
Carol considers herself on call 24 hours a day to work with her team in supporting victims of crime.
Balancing my work at the police station and my work at the school, I shift into different gears. Depending on what I'm doing, I wear different hats, and I'm able to cope. I thoroughly enjoy it. If somebody had said to me that I was going to be a police officer at a later stage in my life, I would have laughed at them, but it's the best thing I ever did.
Taking her dedication to being in service of others to the next level, Carol truly is a hero of her community.
Well, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. In fact, we love having Joanne Strauss here, so we invited Nick Strelitz around, and we're going to play a game of Fab or Fail. You do not want to miss out on that.
Looking forward to that. And also, JP Sebastian joins us to discuss and talk about the new Emoji movie. And I know everyone is super curious to find out what the personality and the voice of the doo-doo emoji is. Like, what does he sound like? What do you think? Or is it a she, maybe? I don't know.
I'm a dreamer, a doer. I know the hustle. I just need my money to hustle for me.
Let your money hustle for you. Get a bank account for R5 per month and bank on the Nedbank app without using any data. See money differently. Nedbank.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, the biggest night in fashion wrapped up over the weekend, the 2017 Emmy Awards. But even more noteworthy than the awards themselves was the red carpet fashion. And now that we've had time to reflect and process, we're counting down the best and the worst celebrity style of the evening. It's time for Fab or Fail. And joining us for the countdown, we've got Expresso fashion editor Nick Strelitz. We've got Joanne Strauss and, of course, our very own Zoe Brown.
So nice to have a new panel.
I know.
Those old people are...
Honey, we've upgraded you. We've upgraded you. I'm telling Tabushi on Friday.
Please don't.
So let's talk about Emmys Fashion 2017. What were your thoughts?
Yes, lots going on. The Emmys tend to be a bit more subdued, though, than the Oscar or Grammy counterparts. It's not as glitz and glam. There definitely have been some iconic looks, though, in Emmy history, like Jennifer Aniston in Chanel in 2004.
Yes.
But just as iconic, there's also been some major train wrecks of note, like Lena Dunham. Look at her left.
Wow.
Okay,
2014. But overall, much less fashion risk when it comes to the Emmys. People play it a bit, it's a bit classier.
Yeah.
It's a classier event.
Well, they would need to be classy because we're about to play Fab or Fail, and they don't want to be on the fail list. So
No, they
if
do
you
not.
guys are new to this game, what I'm going to do is we'll throw a picture up on the screen, and then you need to decide, is it fabulous by using the heart eyes, or is it a fail using the green sick face? Are we ready to play?
Ready.
Okay, let's kick it off with actress Nicole Kidman wearing Calvin Klein. Oh, it's love. Nick, I'll start off
Can
with
I
you.
just
Why?
say, I don't want to be creepy, but I saw this photo when I first woke up yesterday morning, and I literally had chills from head to toe. TMI, maybe, but I don't care. I thought it was amazing.
Were your chills multiplying? Okay, let's move
not
on
go
to our
there.
second look. Star of Modern Family, actress Ariel Winter.
Gosh.
Everybody's hating it. Joanne, what are you feeling about this look?
You know what? It's just two slits, too much. You know, like, I mean, then you could be wearing a loincloth.
Exactly.
Which is never
The thing is also, she's very young. Isn't she 19
She's
or
19.
18? She's very, very young. She shouldn't be dressing like
And her and
that
her boyfriend
yet.
all night had to keep pulling the frontal piece
You
more
see?
centered.
No.
And just like,
So, there we go.
weird.
All right, next one. Actress and star of Orange is the New Black, Laverne Cox.
Damn.
Okay, Nick, you're the only one that's loving it. Why?
What? Are you serious?
Yes.
Metallics. It fits her beautifully.
Okay.
I just think it's made for her body. I mean, it's flawless.
And you, Joanne?
You know what? I just find it boring. but it could be that it's just look, her body looks amazing in it. She
Banging.
looks beautiful in it. But I'm just like, to me, this is something I would have worn to my matric dance in 2000.
I hear you. Okay, actress Reese Witherspoon in Stella McCartney. Ooh. Okay, the two girls are loving it. Why do you love it, though?
Because it's you know, I love the jacket look, the pop of heels, but I'm a colour girl, so I love the fact that she colour coordinated her suede shoes with her jacket. And did you see her daughter on the red carpet as well? So they just looked fabulous together.
Okay, just because we're running out of time, actress and daughter of icon Diana Ross, we've got Tracy Ellis Ross. I'm not loving this.
I don't know how many...
Joanne's on the face.
I'm undecided. Can I do that?
You can be on the face.
Okay,
Nick, why are you hating it?
I think she killed about 20 to 30 birds with the bottom
Yeah.
of that dress.
Oh, no, they were just temporarily
May they rest in peace.
They
May
were
they
just
rest in peace.
temporarily cold. They placked them.
I feel like if you took that off, though, if you took the bottom off, I would love it as is on top.
I just feel it's a little too much from the material, from the sleeves to the bottom. I just feel it's a little too much.
Well, there you go. It for Emmys 2018. I hope that you guys have watched Fab or Fail, that you can make better decisions. We don't want you to be on the fail list.
Jeez, Nick, just out there slaying people. Anyway, let's talk about something a little bit more happy that's happening this coming end of the week at our cinemas. Everyday little screen heroes that we love so much. The Emoji movie is finally here. I am so excited, and it actually follows the story of Jean, voiced by TJ Miller, and Emoji, who struggles with sticking to just one expression because emojis are just supposed to have one, right? So other voice talents include comedic actors James Corden, Anna Faris, and Shakespearean thespian Sir Patrick Stewart as, yes, you guessed it, Pooh. Here is the Emoji movie.
I have some bad news, Jean, and I'm afraid you'll have the wrong reaction.
Okay.
I'm not letting you go to work today.
Wait, what?
You're just not ready, son.
Come on! Working in the cube is an emoji's whole purpose in life. Everybody my age is working on the phone except for me.
Oh, sweetie, that's not true.
Ah!
Yeah, I'm gonna work on the phone and I'm only 10.
That's because I believe in you.
Should we wash our hands?
No. We're number 2.
Yes! The Emoji movie is finally here. JP Sebastian is so excited. Come on. Is that your expression? Is that your emoji face?
We are truly living in the end times.
Please explain.
So I think just kick your feet up and, take 3 minutes just to yourself while I vent.
Okay.
While I, on an internationally broadcast show, just bring myself some catharsis, because the Emoji movie is a cynical cash cow. It is,
wow.
What are some other words? Vapid, innocuous, soulless, God-forsaken. It's not the kind of movie to watch if you're struggling with your faith at this point. No, well, at least in Hollywood, anyway. So, like you said, as well as having the story of Gene, who is this guy who can't just stick to one face, which is obviously like the impetus, the whole drive, the point of being an emoji. He's chased down by Smilo, who you just saw. I think is voiced by Maya Rudolph, who has comedy chops herself. And she doesn't like the fact that he can't stay in line, that he can't conform. Anyway, I don't need to describe a movie that I'm pretty sure it's pretty transparent. So, like, if you're the kind of person, and I think a lot of people are, who winces when you see a bit of product placement in a movie.
Yes.
When your hero has to take a refreshing swig of, like, your favorite brand of soda. So now you're watching a movie that's playing out on the screen of a smartphone in amongst apps.
Okay.
And so there's this weird policy that requires every character to play an app. So I'm sure it's fine to mention, I'm not selling or anything like that, but like, oh no, we have to play Candy Crush to escape. Or, oh no, we have to browse YouTube to learn this other thing and whatnot. And so, I don't know, if you like your experience feeling like it's cheapened, like you're just being sold an infomercial, it's going to leave you with a very sort of ugly feeling. What else that does as well is that it doesn't allow writers to do precisely what they like to do.
I'm just thinking that there's people at home that are actually looking forward to the fun behind the characters. So what happens if you can look past all of that? Is there something to enjoy, again, about the characters themselves and how we relate to emojis and like poo? Like, I really want to hear what poo sounds like.
And I mean, we probably used poo a lot of times before they had like other emoji colors.
Exactly.
There's the thing, though, is like I said, if your writers are so constrained, whether by corporate forces or whatnot, they can't necessarily talk about edgier things. They can't necessarily talk about how do we relate to the use of Facebook and whatnot.
But the thing is, emojis are never going to save the world. Like, we're not trying to gain.
I'm not trying to ask them to be socially critical or political or talk about Trump even. Speaking of the end of times, but like seriously, just a little bit of what the word you said we can relate to. Like there's nothing. It tries to be so soft around the edges and so, I said, innocuous, so harmless to the people who are directly involved.
I think let's settle it only one way, okay? 10 emoji popcorns if there was. I think there is a popcorn emoji. There's a whole bucket full. How many popcorns would you give this one?
I'm never going to touch it again. It's a first for JP Sebastian on Expresso. He gets to give it 1 out of 10.
That is so horrible. And remember what happened last time when JP Sebastian gave a movie such a low scoring? It went to #1 and stayed there for like 3 weeks.
Do it, people, do it.
Okay, so let's get the papoy in his mouth again. Get these emojis up there. Come on, go check out the movie. Let us know what you think about it. That's what's important.
Find the best entertainment at New Metro Cinemas. It's your scene.
I literally have no words right now. Oh my goodness, no. Yeah, let's just use emojis. But listen, let's save the situation. Angie Boyd is in the kitchen with us. A delicious recipe. It's springtime. Gooseberries are coming out. We love gooseberries, Angie.
We love them.
Welcome to it. So we're going to be making gooseberry jam turnovers.
Yes.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, we might as well use them up. They grow like weeds in the garden.
That's the thing. I mean, I was growing up with, I was telling Angie, I was growing up with these guys, on the farm where I grew up. They were plentiful.
Yeah, I've got them in my garden, so I've brought them in. What's the Afrikaans word for them?
Upper leafy.
It's my favourite Afrikaans word of all.
Upper leafy.
It's so pretty.
It's so cute, yeah.
So the reason why they're called caped gooseberries is not because they grow in the Cape.
Yeah, because they have a little...
It's because they've got this little cape, this little husk to protect them.
There we go.
So what we're going to do is, a turnover is really just a puff pastry that we turn into a triangle, and it's got a filling. Usually it's an apple filling.
Okay.
But we're going to do a gooseberry jam instead.
Right, I like it.
So we've got our gooseberries.
Because they, like we said, they are in season right now.
And they really are beautiful. They're strange to eat when they're raw, but once you cook them up, they change flavour completely. So we're going to cook them. So we would make the jam. We cook the gooseberries down with a little bit of water. They need to soften up, almost pop open.
Okay.
Once they've popped open, we're going to add some lemon juice, fresh lemon juice, because we need the pectin that you get from the lemons.
All right.
And I'm not going to actually do it right now. I'm just going to talk you through it. So once it's cooked, softened, then you would add your white sugar.
Okay.
So it needs to be the granulated sugar because that's what you use for jam.
Yes.
And you're going to cook this and cook it for quite some time. If you've got a thermometer, it's going to read 105 on the thermometer. If not, you can just do the saucer test where you take an ice cold saucer, put a little bit of jam on it. If it wrinkles, it's done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
and then you can take it off.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be quite a sweet syrupy jam,
and then it
this
comes
one.
out beautiful,
Doesn't that look nice?
like that.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely
That's
stuff.
what we get. Right. Then we're going to take our puff pastry.
All right. You can
Now,
go there.
you can either make your own. I forgot to tell you to add either cinnamon or cassia, spices, ginger, whatever you want into that. Then you're going to take your puff pastry, little squares, put your jam in the middle.
Oh, and look at that.
And I mean, you don't have to make the gooseberry jam. If you want to just buy some jam,
yeah,
that's also fine. Into the middle, a little bit of water,
so
just around the edges. That'll stick it. And then you just fold them over. That's why it's a turnover because you turn it over.
Quite literally. Okay. The keyword is dessert. SMS that to 33728. Dessert to 33728 to get your hands on our gooseberry jam turnovers.
Right.
And just like nicely scoring the edges.
You're just scoring them to close them. A little bit of butter. And this works
lovely.
especially well if you've got bought puff pastry. If you've made your own, you wouldn't really need it.
Okay.
And then some cinnamon sugar.
All right.
Bake them at about 190 until they're puffed up, golden and crisp.
And that is what you're left with, a nice little juicy inside of the
really nice actually for
gooseberry
breakfast
jam.
or tea.
What is this you're serving it
Creme
with?
fraiche.
Just some creme fraiche.
It's divine.
Oh, wow. Spoiling us this morning, Angie. The keyword is dessert. Try this out. It's such a delicious recipe. Gooseberries in season right now. You can also check out that recipe on our website, expressoshow.com. A little bit later on. But once again, that keyword is dessert. SMS that to 33728.
Well, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. When we get back, we're going to catch up with our Pan-African entertainment news reporter, Moyen. She's joining us in studio. And then, of course, we'll also continue to explore Turkey. This time, I'll be showing you around the town of Bodrum. We'll see you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here at SABC3. And it's that time of the morning. We've got entertainment reporter and founder of the YouTube channel, The A1, in studio with us today to give us the lowdown on all things Pan-African entertainment news. Moyen, how are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you guys this morning?
We're good. Ow.
Yes. Talk to us about what's happening in the entertainment scene and the sisters doing it for themselves in Nigeria. At a competition called Nigeria's Most Beautiful Girl in Nigeria.
Exactly. So I like it to like a Miss Essay. It's a pageant kind of event, but it's a star-studded one. It's one that gets a lot of attention on social media with celebrities. So it's a really big deal to win Most Beautiful Girl in Nigeria. So I think we're going to start with the red carpet. So this is the previous year. She actually held it for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
I'm not exactly what happened with last year's person, but
beautiful.
I know, Nakai, she's insanely gorgeous. And so she was, handing over to the current Most Beautiful Girl in Nigeria. So we have Stephanie Coker.
Okay.
We spoke about Stephanie Coker and her getting married in Greece.
Yes.
There we go. So she's just been slaying ever since. She's like, I'm married and I'm loving it to her.
Is Stephanie now crowned as the new...
No.
Okay, so
she was just
that's just on the red carpet. Taking it and was there. All right.
Now, Stephanie Linus, now she's a veteran as an actress. And so it's a very big deal. You know when veterans attend events, then you know that it's a big deal.
It's the real thing.
Yeah, so
there's respect.
There we go. There we go. So she showed up and she supported, and it was great to see her on the red carpet as well.
Very nice. So shall we actually see who the winner is?
I think we have two guys. I think we have two guys, though. Maybe, yes.
Yeah, I think we have Alex Ekubo.
There you go.
Ooh.
So
Alex
Alex is an actor. He's a model, and so he showed up.
I like that the shirt is just like here.
Right here, right? He just decided
just
nice. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Right. Kat, are you loving yes? No?
No, I generally don't button down my shirts that far.
Okay. Now, this is Olamide. Olamide is a rapper. He's known as the Lagos rapper, but I guess he didn't really feel like, dressing up so much. So.
But also not going to win the Most Beautiful Guy.
He wasn't for it.
But I can't understand why he did that. Why Alex did that? Because it's humid. It's humid. When I was in Lagos, it was pretty humid, so it gets hot in the evening. So you got to button it down
every
there.
Place in Nigeria has AC. Even on outside, there's no excuse. Sorry. No. Here she is. Here she is. Yes, her name is Ugochi. She's from Kebbi State.
Ugojas.
And she's beautiful.
I love
she
the
is
freckles.
a model. I know.
Wow.
Absolutely beautiful. Super intelligent, and so we're so proud to have her as the most beautiful girl in Nigeria. Congratulations to her. It's a big opportunity. A lot of things are going to be coming her way, and I hope she uses it for good. So
Ugochi.
Ugochi.
Man, come on, the winner. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us once again.
Thank you so much, Moyen. Of course, make sure you check out Moyen on the A1 at youtube.com/the A1 TV, and then subscribe to the channel. Also follow her on social media at the A1 TV.
Well, for Travel Tuesday along the Mediterranean, there's a long list of coastal towns and resorts that everyone hopes to visit someday, and, for a seaside holiday. But one might not be familiar with the town of Bodrum in Turkey. Luckily for me, I was able to spend some time in this exciting town discovering why you should add this to your travel bucket list.
Every year, more than 1 million visitors flock to Bodrum on Turkey's Aegean coast, where the sun, sea and easygoing life is served up in one elegant, historically rich package. This was the next stop in Zoe's travel adventure.
I feel like I discovered a little secret within Bodrum. A lot of people have been going to Greece, enjoying their holidays there, but this really gave me a feel of Greece. It's in the Mediterranean, yet it is so unique to Turkey. I loved the blue, crystal clear water you saw everywhere. They had green rolling hills, whitewashed stones, and it really was a warm, vibrant area.
The crown jewel of the port town is the famous Bodrum Castle, and this impressive example of medieval architecture now houses a museum.
The town's most famous landmark is the Bodrum Castle. It rises above the old town harbour. It was built in the 1500s by the Knights of St. John. It is a landmark, something you have to go see when you're there. And it was so beautiful to see Bodrum from a different angle. The views were spectacular.
Along with beautiful scenery, Bodrum has some great and diverse options for those looking to take something home from their coastal holiday. And the markets are the ideal place to shop.
Bodrum's a fun place to also do some shopping. And it's great, you know, being in such a Mediterranean area to do shopping outdoors. A lot of stores spilled into the road, and it was a great way to, you know, see what's different to Bodrum than the rest of Turkey. And that you can easily pick up by the things they sell, the way they sell things, and the way people even dress. Bodrum has a unique energy about it. It is a fun, vibrant, lively city at night. It's like the city doesn't actually calm down the minute the sun goes down. That's when people come to life. At the same time, there's also that relaxed atmosphere, and they have incredible seafood restaurants. Some of the best seafood I've tasted.
This is a seaside holiday destination that's unexpected but also unparalleled in its intrigue and hospitality. With Turkish Airlines, you can also enjoy the splendor of Bodrum.
Oh, that was one of my favorite places, and if you'd love to explore Turkey as much as I did, well then you're in luck, because Club Travel, they're offering an 8-night package that will introduce you to some of Turkey's most special locations, and they're also offering it to Expresso viewers for only 12,170 Rand. Now for more info to book your trip to Turkey, visit clubtravel.co.za. And what's more is you could also win a trip to Turkey, and that's courtesy of Turkish Airlines. All you have to do is tell us why you would love to explore Turkey. Head on over to Expresso Morning Show on Facebook and comment on the competition post. Now the prize will include 2 flights to Istanbul on Turkish Airlines and a 3-night stay in the city. The competition closes on the 21st of September, so that's this coming Thursday, and terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. Turkish Airlines, widen your world.
Right, for one last time, we're jumping into the Expresso kitchen once again, this time with the lovely Marika. Marika, welcome back. Now, we all love jelly, and this recipe just screams spring, it screams summer, it's amazing. We upsizing, I'm always call the jelly that we know, to a nice little kick of health for the children, using our Clover Duo right now. That's a great source of calcium, vitamins A, B, C, D, and E as well, and we're going to portray it in a beautiful little glass like that. Perfect for the kids and the family. Marika, lovely to have you, man.
Thank you.
So this is a great one. We all love jelly, like I've said. It's such a summery kind of thing, you know, with custard, but now we're adding something different to the mix.
Okay, so first up, we're going to start to dissolve our raspberry jelly in some boiling water. So you just follow the instructions on the packet. We're just going to dissolve our jelly. And you can use any colors or any different flavors jelly. And then over here, we've got some gelatine sheets. Now you just take your gelatine sheets, put it into hot water. We're going to dissolve it.
That will dissolve immediately. Look at that.
Yes. Okay. So you can use glasses, you can use different types of ramekins as well. So what we're going to do is, after you've dissolved the jelly, you put it into your glasses and then add some fruit to it. So we're going to add some raspberries, you can use strawberries, gooseberries.
Yeah, whatever you...
Anything, just lovely, colourful. You can see it's going to float.
And that will, I was just asking earlier, how do you get the raspberries to stay at the top? But they float.
Now you just put it into the fridge to set.
Okay.
And after it sets, like over here, you can see.
That's it. So you can obviously, if you want to be fancy, put it an angle or whatever you want to do.
Yes, you can do anything, yes.
Okay.
And especially different ramekins, it's easy to do.
Right.
And
next up.
In our container here, we're going to put the breakfast sensation.
So we're using the Duo. So this, it used to be the Clover Denau. Now being at the Duo, it has 50% less sugar. That's also where the health kick comes in as well, with that added value of your vitamins and your calcium as well. All right, so
we
just
need
a Duo.
to let this set. So this is why we use the
gelatine sheets.
Yes, gelatine sheets. And we're just going to stir it in there.
Okay, and once again, you can choose the flavour. I mean, it comes in 4 different kind of flavours that you can choose. That will obviously, whatever you're fancy with that raspberry jelly or whatever kind of flavour jelly you're going for. So this will now set like a jelly.
Yes, and we're going to pour it over, and you need to put it then in the fridge.
Okay, so that jelly has now obviously set, and now we go for the second layer.
And always give yourself sufficient time. This will take about 6 hours to set then in the fridge. And that's it. And you can just
so great overnight kind of thing.
Some fresh fruit and mint, and that's ready to serve.
Yeah, like I said, that screams summer. Marika, thank you very much. The
Thank
keyword
you.
is Clover. SMS that to 33728. Clover to 33728. But if you've missed any of these steps, it really is easy, but we'll show them to you one more time. And your keyword once again is Clover. SMS that to 33728. Definitely one of those recipes that will put a spring in your step and make you feel all funny and happy and stuff going into summer. So Marika, once again, thank you very much for spoiling us a little bit this morning. Keeping it fresh here in the Expresso kitchen. That keyword is Clover. SMS that to 33728. Check out this recipe on our website a little bit later on this morning as well. That's expressoshow.com.
Now is Now Duo, made with love by Clover.
What a terrific Tuesday it's been, what with Mason Tolle, Joanne Strauss, Dr. Darren Green. But don't go too far away, we still have a few more minutes of your Feel Good Breakfast show. Stay tuned.
To celebrate the 10th anniversary of a direct flight between Cape Town and Istanbul, Turkish Airlines has a special gift for you. Flying direct from Cape Town, enjoy a stopover in Istanbul and get complimentary accommodation while you take in the spectacular views, incredible food, and do a tour or two before making your way to your destination. It's the perfect break on your travel adventure. So come and enjoy the country known for its hospitality and good food like I did. Turkish Airlines, widen your world.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show. Welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And before we say goodbye, we just want to remind you that you can indulge in all of your favorite things on Lifestyle Tuesday from Vodacom's Meg Your Day. Now, you can create a fashion board on Pinterest or do some online shopping. All you have to do is simply keep a positive data balance on your Vodacom SIM card, dial *111*634# or download the latest version of the My Vodacom app, and remember to opt in daily so you don't miss up on up to 1 gig free data every day. But for more info and T's and C's, visit vodacom.co.za.
And also make sure that you do tune into Expresso tomorrow. We've got some exciting stuff. Also some very informative programming coming your way, because we're talking about how to avoid get-rich-quick schemes, those kind of things. They can literally take every cent out of your bank account.
We don't want that, but we're also talking about our fashion how-to guide. It's all about channeling those curves.
Oh, right.
So stay tuned for that.
Channeling the curve. We're also channeling some music as well with the 5FM40, yeah, with Nick Cameron. We take a look at what's charting the tops. And this one keeps exploring Turkey. Yeah, what did I say?
Charting the tops.
Charting the tops. Top of the charts. Topping the charts. Got it.
What's that called again? Is that a spoonerism?
A spoonerism, probably. But anyways, she's exploring Turkey on a yacht. Cool.
That was beautiful, guys. The water was turquoise. You do not want to miss out on that. It was
all right.
Turquoise in Turkey.
Shall we do this again tomorrow, guys?
I would like to.
Yeah, man. Okay. Well, we'll see you then. Have yourself a wonderful Tuesday. Be safe out there. Bye.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-ding-ding.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another Feel Good production.